Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I am finally back home. I'm in my room at my desk, and since I just finished a long haul travel, I decided that I should give you guys some tips on long haul traveling. So before I start the video, I just want to say that all these tips are based on my personal experiences. So if something worked out for me, it might not work for you, and if something did not work for me, it can work for you. If, let's say, something was a hassle for me, it might not be a hassle for you at all, or it can be. So I just want to say that all of this is based on my personal experiences. Things can go different for you, and all these tips are based on my personal experience. So just a little bit of disclaimer. So tip number one is gonna be always choose an aisle seat. Aisle seat is the corner seat on an airplane, the one on the edge near the aisle. I'm sure all of you know, but I was just informing it just in case anyone might have confusion. And why I say this is because that is the easiest one that you can get out of if you need to use the bathroom, or if you just want to like walk a little bit. I know a lot of people like the window seat, but it really does not matter in a long haul flight at all. And the middle seat is obviously the worst one. So I'd say even if you have to give like a little extra money for it, it's worth it, because if you're at least if you're like traveling for a more than 6-hour flight, you should definitely choose an aisle option, because it's the best one out of the other two for sure. Tip number two, and this is also a bit on the technical side: if you have a flight with a layover, make sure to check the transiting details. So you need to make sure if you need a transit visa for that country, or if you do not need one. I think these details are very important, because one mistake can literally just send you back. So it's very important to check the transit rules for the country that you have a layover in. For example, I have traveled through Japan and Saudi Arabia previously, when I was traveling to Phoenix or LA, and I had layovers in these countries, and I made sure that I did not need any sort of like transit visa, and that made my travel more smooth, and I was just more relaxed because I knew what I was doing, and yeah, just following the rules. Tip number three, buy a neck pillow. When I tell you that without this it is so difficult to sleep in a plane, I am not like over exaggerating at all. This makes it 100 times better to sleep on a plane. If you don't have it, like, it's very, very difficult to sleep. So I'd say buy a neck pillow if you want a little bit of rest, because without this it's just going to be very difficult. I have to share an incident of mine. So last year, when I was traveling from here to Phoenix, I lost my neck pillow here in Delhi at the airport, and I boarded my flight to Japan, and I realized I didn't have my neck pillow, and I asked the flight attendants if they saw a neck pillow around, and they said they did not. So I was like, oh, I think I probably dropped it in the airport somewhere. And I had like my flight to Japan, and then I had my flight to LA and Phoenix, and for like those 3 flights, I did not have a neck pillow, so I could not sleep very well, and the journey was really, really exhausting for me because of that. So I'd say buy a neck pillow and keep it safe, because this is easy to lose. You have it with you hanged on your bag or something, and you don't know when it can fall, or you can lose it during the security check. So buy it and keep it safe. Tip number 4, carry some food with you. And why I say this is because you might not like the airplane food, and I know you might disagree, because there is a lot of food on any airport that you land in. There is plenty of food on the plane, they have a lot of meals, but sometimes you just do not like the food they give you and you don't want to eat it. And it could just be like a few people who are picky eaters like me, but it's always better to be on the safer side and having something to eat if what is available to you is not something that you want to have. So me personally, I do not like the airplane food. So although I always take those meals, I don't really eat a lot of them, and they never like fulfill me at all. So I always carry something with me, even if it's just like snacks of my own, just in case I do not like the food in the airplane. And also, if you're at the airport, I know for a lot of people the food at the airport could be expensive as well, but yeah, again, the options are limited at I don't think the options are very limited at the airports. On some airports there could be, but my point is that especially on the airplane, you cannot have like a whole lot of options. You might have like, even if you have dietary restrictions, you can still have like a vegetarian option, but you might not like it, and you might still feel hungry. So it's always better and safer to carry a little snack, or even if it's like your own home cooked food with you in like a box or something. It's always I'd say a good idea, because I do that always. Tip number 5, do not keep a lot of luggage and baggage of yours with you in your carry-ons. Try to check in as much as you can, and I know it in a lot of airplanes and airlines they only allow you a certain number of bags, but still just try and check in as much as you can, and only try to have like your documents and food with you in your bag. That's it. Because sometimes especially if you have like layovers and you need to change 1 or 2 flights, you need to walk a lot. Airports are big, gates are far away, you need to walk a lot, and it gets very hectic if you have like huge amounts of like luggage and baggage with you and you're just like walking with it. But if you have checked in the luggage, you don't have to worry about it. Usually you get it at the destination where you're gonna finally be at. For example, if I have a flight from Delhi to London and then to Phoenix, the bags that I check in, I'll get them in Phoenix. So when I'm transiting in London, I don't have to worry about those bags, and I will only have like my backpack with like my documents and some food, or maybe like an extra pair of clothes, but just that. So it would be easier for me to walk around, and if like I'm at my gate and I have to go like see something or just see the airport or get some food, I don't need to take the entire luggage with me everywhere, or even let's say to use the bathroom. And I think that's a very I think that's also a very good decision if you're traveling alone, because if you have someone with you, it's obviously easier. But if you're alone, I mean, it's always difficult to have a lot of stuff with you. So try to just keep one backpack with you in the carry-on and check in everything else. And that was it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. I'll let you know that you're my only one. I know you're feeling